Welcome to Hybiz News. My name is Suresh Kochatal. Well, every country across the world, without exception, are fighting the scourge of COVID-19. There is a slow realization that the impact of the pandemic on the business environment will be brutal, to say the least. With lockdown and ban on flights, aviation and tourism will face the most of the effects of the shutdown. Along with that, a host of other sectors which depend on these businesses will also face a squeeze as the top line and bottom lines take impact. Employees are either likely to be laid off or asked to take leave with or without pay. This fact was emphasized by Prime Minister Narendra Modi in his address to the nation on Thursday evening, when he appealed to Indian companies not to lay off staff or cut their pay. We are already seeing several airline CEOs, for example, taking temporary foregoing salaries or taking pay cuts and looming cutbacks for the industry. The industry body Confederation of Indian Industry has asked its member companies not to lay off their employees, and its president Vikram Kirloskar said on Thursday that amid the coronavirus outbreak is causing economic shutdown globally, Indian companies need to think otherwise. The virus outbreak has impacted the whole world, and the S&P Global Ratings on Wednesday said that the global economy has entered into a recession, while lowering the forecast for growth for major countries including India, suggesting a war-footing measures to mitigate the impact of COVID-19 on the Indian economy. Ashocham has sought a moratorium on debt servicing along with a big cut in the interest rates, besides protecting the vulnerable sections of society with direct cash support of 3,000 to 5,000 rupees per month and providing tax credit to firms which protect employment in a situation of grave worldwide health emergency. The Indian Chamber of Commerce said that it has conducted a quick survey among its members, and various suggestions were offered by the industry which have been shared with the government for consideration. It said that at this time a stimulus package is needed which can increase the spending power of consumers. According to ICC, the suggestions include allowing all firms to restructure their loans for 1 year without any additional charges by the banks for provisioning, among others. The industry has also recommended that RBI may relax the NPA norms for 6 months so that no default will be eligible for being termed as an NPA account. Besides, banks may also be advised to enhance working capital limits for up to 20% of the existing limit so as to ensure funding of inventory that is piled up. This will be subject to companies being able to provide sufficient drawing power to the banks. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, in his address to the nation, has said that the government is setting up a COVID-19 economic response task force to decide on the relief package for the sectors hit by the virus outbreak. Responding to this, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman said that the government will try to do as quickly as possible the measures to be in place. The Finance Minister had said a detailed discussion in the presence of Finance Secretary and Economic Affairs Secretary was held, and their suggestions along with the industry are being compiled. The Finance Ministry is compiling the recommendations and will hold an internal meeting today to firm up an action plan to deal with the crisis. The Finance Minister also said that after meeting with officials of tourism, hospitality, civil aviation and animal husbandry sectors, that the country needs a fillip. India Incorporated has pitched with a fiscal stimulus of around 1% of the GDP amounting to 2 lakh crores, which it said is needed to put the money into the hands of the people through Aadhaar based on the direct benefit transfer to tide over the impact of COVID-19. At the top of the list of recommendations from the industry, the fiscal stimulus can be used to transfer 5,000 to people with income less than 5 lakhs per annum, which could benefit up to 40 crore people. These are short-term measures, but the bigger picture will emerge once the country pulls through the COVID-19 crisis in terms of its impact on the human toll. So far, things have been under control, with strict measures being implemented by the union and state governments to prevent the spread of the virus. We hope it stays that way. Jai Hind.